accouché d'une souris.
Monsieur, je vous appelle.
C'est le chemin, vous venez me fermer chez moi, monsieur. Je vais vous présenter tous mes documents auxquels j'en ai cité foncé. Jugement de registre de mon père.
Disposition du code minier.
Here is the Normale Bridge, the place called Bisuru, now a death sanctuary. The three cars caught in the macabre scene are two buses of the Inter-Urban Traveling Agency Avenue and a truck. The price of this at the locality of Dikinimiki, Mbam and Inubu division of the Central Region. An inter-ministerial mission arrived at the accident site hours later. This includes Transport Minister Jean-Enes Masena Ngalebibehe, Miss Minister Delegate, and the Minister of Territorial Administration Paul Atanganji. Among the wounded, 2 died during evacuation, bringing the total number to 39 deaths. The district hospital at Dikinimiki welcomed a greater portion of the wounded, about 10 in number. The state of some of the wounded a little bit stabilized as government emissaries comforted them.
Nous sommes venus sur le ministre de l'administration territoriale, le ministre des Transports, dépêché par le chef de l'État.
Difficult moment, Transport Minister emphasized.
C'est un moment dur.
It is a difficult moment for our country, while the head of state instructed the interministerial mission to decide. The souvenir of the 31 deaths in some locality 2 years back, still very fresh in the memories of all.
C'est l'occasion pour nous, une fois de plus.
Occasion for us once more to recall that the head of state has often insisted that the road should be an object of pleasure and not of death, same too like vehicles.
En même temps que le véhicule.
Unfortunately, it is not the case. For the roads and vehicles have become more as instruments of death than of pleasure.
Atmosphere at the esplanade of the Yaoundé Central Hospital as relations of the victims rushed in to identify the corpses of their loved ones. It was a major shock for one family that lost 8 members. This report with Beatrice Ngamu.
The esplanade of the Yaoundé Central Hospital mortuary, destination of many Sunday afternoon, as the news went wild that the deaths of the Ndikinimiki accident are already there. Doubts can be seen on the faces of many. Telephone calls here and there to confirm if their family members were in the accident burst or to pass on the sad news. Difficult and very painful to handle. The ambulances, one after the other, make their entries with lifeless bodies of the victims. Over 30 corpses, as of yesterday afternoon, arrived Yaoundé.
It is a very sad incident caused by human failure, human imprudence. And we are calling on drivers, especially at this time, to be very prudent with people because imagine if there's a family here that has lost over 8 people. The hospital attendants have identified all the corpses, and there are 4 corpses which have not been identified. We want to express our deep and heartfelt condolence to the bereaved families.
The forces of law and order at the entrance of the hospital to filter and control the population, who took all types of position just to get a closer view. And since most of the victims are Muslim faithfuls and their tradition calls for immediate burial, after identification, bodies were also being carried away. The interministerial mission that was at the accident site at Ndikinimiki also arrived the mortuary of the Yaoundé Central Hospital.
And 24 hours after the fatal accident that claimed dozens of lives, the atmosphere at the agency in question, Avenue Voyage, is said to be very moody. Now, even though the news of the death of several passengers is still looming, some passengers, faithful passengers, are still ready to ply the road with the same agency. Our reporters Hysen Chi and Constant Kamga were there this morning and brought back this report.
A timid and gloomy atmosphere this Monday morning at the Avenue Traveling Agency, Manguier, Yaoundé. The loss of over 50 passengers remains a bitter pill to swallow. It is a very difficult moment. We are mourning. Avenue is mourning. As you can see, there is no authority on scene. The usual ambience is completely absent. Almost all our personnel are out to assist the bereaved families. This is the loon bus at the agency, and at about 11 a.m., only 6 passengers had grabbed their ticket, ready to travel. The unfortunate incident of yesterday, they say, cannot scare them.
I'm not scared, so accidents can happen at any moment. Doesn't mean that when an accident happened yesterday, it's going to happen today. So, just fine, just normal, just traveling. I'm not scared of anything.
Today's prayer warrior, God has been protecting him for over 6 years, traveling with the same agency, and only him can guarantee a safe trip.
My motivation is that I think in God. You know that when I take this bus, I do my prayer. I tell to God that, please, my God, conduct yourself this bus until we arrived well.
Authorities of the traveling agency had earlier indicated 2 days of no activities in honor of the victims. But practically, the decision has not been respected.
And the Minister of Transport, Jean-Ernest Martin-Ngale BBA, has promised tough sanctions for all those responsible in one way or the other following the accident that occurred at Ndzikinimiki that left 35 dead and 18 wounded, according to official figures from the government. In a communique made public this December 27, 2020, the transport boss concluded that a fatal accident resulted from a collision between a bus belonging to the Avenue Voyage and a truck. Investigations have been opened according to information in the communique, and the transport bus has equally called for the respect of the highway code and vigilance, especially during this end-of-year festivities. And here in the nation's economic capital, over 21 shops in the Mbopi market, Douala, have been razed by a blistering fire that has been blamed on a short circuit. Enormous damage was recorded in property. As we end the following report with you, Gladys Ambotiba.
This is the aftermath of the fire that completely consumed 21 cosmetics and jewelry shops in Block 4 of the Mbopi markets in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, on Saturday night, breaking Sunday, December 27, 2020. No items from the shops were saved. Hundreds of millions of francs CFA are said to have been lost in the incident. We were unable to remove any products. I have a big shop here and a warehouse above. All got burnt. I sell cosmetic products. I have lost at least 25 million francs CFA. I have come to help my brothers who have been affected. They have lost enormously, as you can see. They were unable to recuperate anything. Imagine these 6 shops here, which have nothing left in. The real cause of the incident is still not clear, but it is suspected the reinstatement of electricity after several intermittent power cuts might have provoked the fire. There was no energy. We have had intermittent power cuts for a couple of weeks. We were told by the guards that the fire started on the electrical meter. According to this young man, most of the shops could have been saved if they were permitted to enter the market as soon as they arrived, when just a few shops were touched. They were all denied access. Unfortunately, firefighters arrived when several shops had already been affected. Shops here are constructed haphazardly. Access ways are small. There is need for a reconstruction. Insurance companies have refused to insure shops here simply because of the anarchical nature of the shops. As the haphazard shops create lofty problems for traders, they have, however, called on authorities and the city mayor to seek lasting solution to this problem.
Parlons maintenant de défense des droits des consommateurs. Le Conseil national des associations des consommateurs et la coalition des partenaires sociaux du Cameroun parle ce jour aux hommes des médias, une sortie qui fait suite à l'uniformisation des prix des produits pétroliers annoncée le 10 novembre 2020 par la Caisse de stabilisation des prix d'hydrocarbures, la CSPH. Les défenseurs des droits des consommateurs s'insurgent contre cette démarche qu'ils qualifient de maladroite mais aussi d'inopportune. vu le contexte social actuel. À cet effet, écoutons le président du Conseil national des associations des consommateurs calviniens au micro de Henri Tinda.
Selon ces derniers, les populations, les couches les plus vulnérables, c'est-à-dire ceux qui sont dans les zones périurbaines, sont marginalisés. Or, ils disent ça, oubliant qu'on n'a pas le même pouvoir d'achat. Or, uniformiser le prix du carburant aujourd'hui, c'est uniformiser aussi le prix du ciment. C'est uniformiser le prix de tous les denrées alimentaires. Or, nous avons jugé nécessaire, nous avons trouvé que c'est une augmentation du prix du carburant qui ne dit pas son nom. Et nous disons non, non parce que le contexte ne s'y prête pas. Nous avons tous les séquelles des émeutes de 2008 où le carburant faisait partie des revendications des Camerounais et la vie chère était au centre de tout. Donc nous avons voulu réunir ces hommes de médias avec qui nous travaillons, passer ce message à la population pour dire non, nous ne voulons pas une hausse de carburant dans notre pays, c'est-à-dire le Cameroun, un pays en voie d'émergence et qui, de surcroît, produit du pétrole.
Crise politique en République centrafricaine, nos équipes sont présentement en route pour Garoua-Boulaye, zone frontalière entre le Cameroun et la RCA, présentement localisée dans la zone de l'Homme et Djerim, plus précisément à Gado-Badiéré, localité abritant un nombre important de réfugiés centrafricains. Tentons de joindre Roméo Tignan et Kizito Koumaï qui vont planter le décor de l'ambiance qui règne dans la localité de Gado-Badiéré après les élections en République centrafricaine.
Alors merci. Nous sommes en route pour Garoua-Boulaye. Nous avions fait escale tout au long de ce périple pour prendre ce décrochage en direct de Canal 2 international. Bienvenue à Gado-Badiéré. Nous avions déjà parcouru plus de 160 km et nous sommes à 25 km de Garoua-Boulaye. Mais nous avions pour cette escale souhaité prendre d'abord une majesté qui, lui, depuis hier, après les élections en République centrafricaine, reçoit quand même les ressortissants de la RCA. Il s'appelle Majesté Asia Sodea Martin. Il est chef de 3e degré du village Gado-Badiéré. Sa Majesté, dites-nous. Alors, hier, c'était les élections en République centrafricaine. Est-ce que depuis hier à cette journée, vous recevez quand même déjà l'affluence des réfugiés centrafricains?
Oui, merci beaucoup. Bonjour à tous. Effectivement, depuis la semaine dernière, quand il y a eu mouvement au niveau de la frontière Centrafrique, les réfugiés qui se retrouvaient ici à Gado étaient tous partis au chantier d'or en République centrafricaine. Quand il y a eu mouvement, tous sont rentrés, ils ont replié. Beaucoup se sont retrouvés et ceux qui n'habitaient pas le camp des réfugiés se sont aussi ajoutés. Actuellement, le village est bondé des réfugiés venus de la Centrafrique.
Alors, vous pouviez le constater. Nous continuons d'ailleurs le périple, vous en plateau. Ici, à Gado-Badiéré, il nous reste encore 25 km pour arriver à Garoua-Boulaye, la République centrafricaine avec le Cameroun, la frontière. Ici, à Gado-Badiéré, Roméo Tignan et Kizito Koumaï, en route pour Garoua-Boulaye, pour Canal 2 international.
Fin de cette édition qui consacre la mi-journée sur Canal 2 international. Mesdames et messieurs, gardons une pensée pieuse pour les victimes de l'accident de la localité de Ndikimineki. Good afternoon, Regina.
Bon après-midi, Robert Charlotte. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed.